Let's do this.
Welcome back, family. We are here for the CovrPrice Top 20 for July 1st, 2024. Yeah, it's July. We're at the second half of 2024. And based on what I saw in that debate, we're going to have a very interesting 2020, the second half of this year. Oh, boy. Here we go. Once every 4 years, we got to go on that roller coaster, right? Okay, guys. So let's check in with who we got already. We've got 25 Perez already checking in first. We have Stinger Buns saying Rich T and the weekly top 20. Then he called me Rich D and the weekly top 20. Meatwad number one checking in. Good evening, everyone, and good evening to you as well. And Robert Monroe. Good evening, Rich, and my fellow coconuts. How's it going, guys? So yeah, we got a pretty decent list this week. I took a quick look at it. Brand new, out of the blue, number one, which I'm like, wow, didn't even bother climbing the charts, just went straight to number one. And let's just jump right into this, shall we? Coming at number 20, we have the Zatanna Bring Down the House 1 in 50. Now, this came out last week. I think I did not buy the cover A, but I got the Gabriel Delato. And I believe I actually have one of the Gabriel Delatos as one of the choices for this week's picks on the new Comic Book Day giveaway. If you're not familiar with that, make sure you go to last Wednesday's New Comic Book Day video, which is a live stream, and watch it on the replay. Make sure you subscribe, click like, and drop a comment. Keep it clean, keep it comics, and that will then enter you into the drawing for free comic books, which this week, as per some negotiation communications I made earlier, will be coming to you live, same time, 8 o'clock, from Visions Comics. Again, a lot of people like the Bean over there. We're going to be there after the store closes, so we'll have all the gremlins in the backgrounds, bagging and boarding. It'll be great, and just have a lot of fun talking about new comic books. Hope everybody joins us. So we got the Zatanna Bring Down the House 1 in 50. It says first appearance of the Stranger. I didn't read the copy, honestly. I'm sorry. But what the 1 in 50 is selling for right about ratio price, $50 to $55. Looks like somebody pre-ordered one for $125 back in April. Yikes. I have watched JP's Budget Collecting. He does the breakdown of the CBSI and Comic Tom list. He's actually the inspiration for this show. And he's been very, very dead accurate when he's points out that if you don't hit at least double ratio on a 1 in 10, 1 in 25, 1 in 50, preferably 2.5 times ratio, it's going to come back down. And if we're just at ratio this, then it probably will settle back down, unless this Stranger becomes a major character in, a majorly liked character. So there are so many different characters that come out these days. I think this is going to drop. I think it's going to come down to 30 in 3 months. So if you really like the cover, which it's a cool cover, but let's hold off on it. I think it would be higher if it was going to be something that stuck around for a long time. Number 19, Deadpool, Merc with the Mouth. Number 7, the first appearance of Lady Deadpool. And it's because we've got the Deadpool movie coming out in just a couple of weeks now. And $400, which is already lower than FMV for 9.8. The 9.6 is coming in under FMV. The Raws are coming in under FMV. And that's because lately, once the trailer hits, that seems to be the high peak. Now, the only thing that can bring this book back up again is if for some reason she has a major role in the movie, which points the fact that she will have a continuing role in the MCU. And I just don't foresee that happening. It's a cool book, don't get me wrong, but I think it's still overpriced at $400. I think once this movie is out and we see what a limited role, if any, what a limited role we're going to have with Lady Deadpool in the movie, once people verify that it's not Taylor Swift, this book is going to drop and you're going to be able to get it for $250 and a 9.8 pretty easily. Okay, so this is definitely a candidate for my rubber band to the butt pick. Coming number 18, we have the Gabriel Delato, Uncle Scrooge and the Infinity Dime, 1 in 10. Now, this is actually a really, really cool cover. I like it. It's a double-sized book, and it's a 1 in 10, and it is selling for currently about $10 to $15. So I'm actually going to keep an eye out for this. I don't think it's got um, investment potential because I think a lot of stores ordered a lot of copies of this. It was all the buzz the first time there was a Disney character in a Marvel labeled book. But so I think the ratio is the 1 in 10, the 1 in 50, the 1 in 25. I think every store is going to have a few of these. So the rarity is gone. But still, for a $10, $12 book to have something that looks like that, and I'm a Disney fan, I'm going to keep my eye out for that one. I like that one. Again, for investability wise, though, I don't see it going up. But you really can't go wrong with spending $10 on a 1 in 10 comic. The Department of Truth, number 25. Now, this is the start of the new arc, which is exploring the uh, assassination of JFK. Now, this is the 1 in 25. And looking at the cover, it's the famous pose of Lee Harvey Oswald holding the rifle. And I don't remember seeing a picture of him in handcuffs like that, but I'm sure there is one. There's so many pictures that they did at that time. Exploring this real quick, though, so 1 in 25. It is currently going for 33, high sale of 40. If the story arc is good and it renews interest in the book, this may climb a little bit. But honestly, I read the Department of Truth. I think Greg and I did it for like the first 6 or 7 issues, and we just couldn't get into it. Just the way it was written, and it wasn't for us. And I know a lot of people love it. I'm glad you do. It wasn't for me. So overall, if the storyline does really well, okay. But honestly, this is the 1 in 10. It's not on the hot list, but oh my God, I love this cover. This, this what looks like a headshot to Kennedy, which is actually like a broken window frame, and you've got Lee Harvey Oswald looking at it from the inside. That's art, man. That is art. And that one is the 1 in 10, and that's going for $12 to $14. That's the one I'm going to keep an eye out for. I know it's not on the hot list, but dang, that cover is smoking. All right, so we did 2019, 18, 17. Now to 16, we have grommets. The number 2, 1 in 10. Don't see the appeal for grommets right now. I just don't. I don't get it. Let's see what the is. I mean, is issue 1 going up in price? I don't think so. I don't hear anybody talking about it at the store. I don't know anybody that's reading it. Yeah, it looks like that's the regular copy is going for $12. Wow. Okay, and I think I offered one in my new comic book day giveaway, and nobody took it. So I think that wound up going into the Patreon pull box. But the 1 in 10 for number 2 is going for $20. So about double ratio. There's a lot better, more hyped stories in the past that have not held value. I don't see why this one would. So this would be meh. Absolutely meh. So I'm just not into this one at all. Not feeling it. Number 15, we have the Godzilla Mark Bagley 2024 facsimile 1 in 25. One of those not facsimiles. At least this one is closer to the original picture than some of the other odd facsimiles they've had out these days. The ratio facsimiles, which are not facsimiles. Plus, Godzilla has a very specific audience. I didn't see this one, but the 1 in 25 is going for 21. It's not even selling for ratio. So this will definitely drop down further. Yeah, I don't see there being much interest in this if it's not even at ratio a week after it came out. This is probably going to drop back down to more like 15. And if you're a Godzilla fan, just hang out, wait for it. You'll get it. Next on the list, we have New Mutants number 87, the Rob Liefeld first appearance of Cable. And it didn't even dawn on me till, I was looking at this list. I would not be surprised to see, I haven't checked the cast list, and I don't want to, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Cable in Deadpool 3. I mean, he was all in Deadpool 2. He was with him at the end of Deadpool 2. He used his one-time travel to help out Wade, so he wasn't able to go anywhere. Theoretically, he should still be there. So we may see what's the actress in that played Thanos and Cable? And it was in Goonies. I could see him. I can't remember his name. I wouldn't be surprised to see him in that. Now, 525 for a 9.8. I didn't realize Cable's first appearance had gotten that high. And that's just a regular. That's not even a newsstand from 90. So, and there is a newsstand version of that. Wow, there's a Mark Jewelers of that too. Let's not even go that one. Um, the high water mark on this is in 2021. This book hit 859 for a 9.8. Josh Brolin. Ding. Did you see a light bulb go off over my head? So 249 for a 9.6. A real high grade raw is selling for about the 125, 130 mark. That sounds right to me. If you're good at picking out your high grade raws and you got to have a 9.8, this is a good candidate for trying to find raws and send them in. Because even if you buy the high grade raw for 125, even if you miss and hit a 9.6, you still doubled your money at 250. That's a good candidate. So, but I think that after this movie ends and before X-Men 97 season 2 comes out, there'll be a little bit of a lull where this may drop down a little bit. You might be looking for one of those little bottom spikes to try to purchase your book. Next on the list, we have Uncle Scrooge and the Infinity Dime again, but this is the J. Scott Campbell 1 in 50. And honestly, this is a really, really good looking cover. You got the Mona Lisa duck, whichever. You got the Venus de Milo in the background. Some really good artwork here. I like this. And again, I haven't read it, but again, people keep telling me it's a very good story. First appearance of Scrooge above all, first Marvel style Disney adventure. So we've got for a 1 in 50, the most recent sale of 81, FMV of 71. So it looks like it went up a little bit. This was on the hot list, so that would have piqued some people's interest. Back in May, somebody pre-ordered one for $100. I bet they wish they had waited a little bit. And I've done that kind of stuff too. And Seska Ray's Batman and Robin, that burnt me a little bit when I bought it in advance. Burnt me a lot, let's be honest. This I got a feeling that this one's going to hold value. The 1 in 50, I think, is the highest ratio of them. At the 1 in 10, show more. I don't think there's a 1 in 100. 1 in 25, which was Momoko, is a 1 in 25 Walt Simonson. But 1 in 50 is the highest ratio. Okay. So, I don't know. This one I got a feeling might hold value. I might be wrong, but for some reason, I'm just getting a feeling this is the book that's people are going to say, I want the Uncle Scrooge book from 2024, in a couple of years. And this is the one that people will be looking to put their collection in because it'll be the one that's everybody identifies with it. 2019, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. We've got Toxic Avenger. Talk about books that didn't sustain their value. Number 1 from 1991 is the first origin and ongoing series of the Toxic Avenger. Now, this spiked up last year because there was a movie that was made with Peter Dinklage, and they were talking about star power. Hello. And everybody was getting really hyped up. Then we couldn't figure out when is it coming out? When is it coming out? Everything's delayed because of this and COVID and that and blah, blah, blah. Had a strike. And then they released it at a film festival. And from what I understand, people liked it at the film festival. But then it's never been released to streaming or movie theaters or anything else for the rest of the population to watch it. And as a result, this book took a nosedive. Less than a year, 2021, this was selling for $600 for the 9.8. Less than a year ago, this book was selling for $300. Now it's selling for $104. Okay, high grade near mint raws Near mint books, $20 for a raw. Near mint plus, $50 for a raw. The only thing that I can think of that, well, I think they got a TV series coming out, like the new the Toxies, or I don't know what it is, like different characters associated with the Toxic Avenger. They formed their own group, but I still have no knowledge of when the movie itself is going to come out. Last week, the other book that was associated, the group Toxic Avengers or whatever, um, that was on the top on the Hot 20 list. It's not here this week. Only the Toxic Avenger itself. So again, there's still no knowledge, no information about when this movie will ever be released. And hopefully someday we'll get to see it in our life, just like the Batwoman movie. Haha. Okay, moving on, we got The Authority, issue number 1 from 1999. This is the um, tentative release date in the movie theater. This is going to be coming out July of 2025. So we are 1 year away from The Authority number 1. 9.8 is now selling for $260. 9.6 is 91. So 9.6 is actually selling a little under FMV. 9.8s are definitely going higher. And 725 was a high watermark, February 2023. I believe that's when it got announced. But you can get your near mint pluses for 40 and near mint regular for 45. So if you want a lower grade, it'll cost you a little bit more. Guys. But very fines are 54. So again, the lower the grade, the higher the price. Yeah, but like I said, we do have a release date now, July 11th, 2025. That being said, I don't see us getting our first trailer until December. So there's going to be there's buzz right now, but I think that buzz will calm down a little bit, especially as we get other movies and shows out to, like, have the entire public go, ooh, butterfly, ooh, Deadpool and Wolverine, ooh, this, ooh, that. But you're going to want to get this before the trailer comes out, which I would estimate to be around Thanksgiving to Christmas time, somewhere in there. So put this on your calendar to look right around Halloween. And you may find it for a little bit lower price. I'm thinking you're going to 9.8, will probably drop down to about the 220 mark. Save yourself $40. Why not? Or just go for your high grade raws for $40. That's probably your better idea. But once the trailer hits, that's going to shoot up. So if you can get yourself a couple of high grade raws, get them in for grading. You don't have to put them in for fast track. You'll have them back in time to hit that trailer spike so you can sell them if you want to. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're at the halfway point. All right. I'm going to double check that real quick. Yes, we are. All right. Halfway. Take a breather. Take a breather. And I would like to take an opportunity to do something that I haven't done here before. Usually at this point, I throw up the Patreon YouTube member page so everybody gets their names shown. And I'll still do that at the end of the video. Not going to disrespect you, but there's something else that's important right now. So I always talk about the comics curing cancer, Rob's Fat Sacks of Comics, Comic Vet, but I've been informed that we actually have one of our own that has a fundraiser that's going on right now. It's Garrett. Garrett Wilson has got a fundraiser that he is working on. It is for primary immune deficiency. His family has been personally affected towards it, and he has a fundraiser going right now, which we've got the page here, and in case you can't read that, of course, I'll make sure that you can see that. Now, don't worry, you can't click on this. In the description of this video and all videos until, I believe this is going on until until August 2nd. I'm going to be making sure that I put the description, the link for this page on in the description of every one of the videos going forward. I really want to see us get to his goal of 1,500. So let's see. We're all part of the Ohana family. Let's support one of our own, guys, and Garrett, thank you for not only everything that you do for this channel, but everything that you do for just fundraising and just being a great person all around. You really are, man. So I want to thank you. All right, so let's. Oh no, man! Seriously, thank you. So let's get this back on track to uh, where are we? Right here. We have to get to the top 10 books. Moving on. We've got Wolverine issue number 10 is they got the direct edition up here from 1989. Direct edition was more prominent, more higher print at that point. It's the first appearance of Silver Fox and the first battle of Wolverine and Sabretooth. Every time there's a battle between Wolverine and Sabretooth in the movies, this book shoots up in price. We saw like released. If you didn't see it and you don't want to be spoiled, I'm sorry, but there has been released so like behind the scenes video somebody took with their phone showing Wolverine fighting what looks like the Sabretooth from the original X-Men movie. Um, that's fine, but as a result, now we're going to have Wolverine Sabretooth battles. It's not another book that's not on this list, but expect to see it is the X-Men issue was it 211, 212, somewhere around there where they're fighting. So expect to see that on this list coming up too. That being said, though, high watermark of this book was 333. Man, we were just throwing money away in 2021, weren't we? 167 is a fair market value of a 9.8. In last sale was at 140. We're past the trailer. Prices are starting to drop. $15 for a Near Mint Plus on 4.7. I can't count that, but Near Mint regular from 6.28, I can. $36. So you're looking at about $35 to $40 for a beautiful condition raw, or about 140 was the last sale for a 9.8 slabbed. Bear in mind also when you see these prices that it is very possible that 140 or any other kind of odd slightly below price is from a CBCS. Sometimes people don't pay as much for a CBCS, but the data is still pulled into CovrPrice's information. I don't know if they count for PGX or not, because that would really skew stuff off. Yeah, this is another one of the books that will drop back down after the movie has left the theaters. So just hang on to your money. Don't buy it yet. Doom number 1, still around, this beautiful one shot, which would be almost impossible to sign because of the colors. And this is the only Doom on the list. All the variants have dropped off, which is interesting. Now, last week, I remember this was hitting 35. Now I see Near Mint Plus 30, Near Mint regular 31. So it has come down a little bit. But more importantly, 9.8s, FMV of 99, now selling for 80 for a 9.8. Yeah, this book has begun its retreat. All the books that were sent to CGC are now being returned and flooding the markets. This will still continue to come down. This 9.8 is going to be around 60. And Near Mint's, the raws, I think they're going to drop down to about 22 to 25. I don't think they're going to retreat too much more. We've got the Adi Granov selling now, looks like for 19. The Perez selling for 13. The Maria Wolf selling for 38. We have a second print wraparound coming up, pre-release. That looks like it could be interesting. So I think it's going to settle a little bit more. Detective Comics number 1086 from last week. This is the 1 in 25 Viumara variants. First appearance of Shadow Angel. And I'm telling you, that's some cool artwork there. It's almost like a Batman statue. No, I think it is a Batman statue that has been Joker made up. This kind of looks like what Jack Nicholson Joker did in the museum. And he's doing it to a Batman statue. And it's great. I love it. It's just the right amount of color splash. to make it chaotic, but make you also know who it is, who did it. That's a cool book. I'm gonna have to look for that one if I see it. So first appearance of Shadow Angel. Don't know if it's going to be anybody important or not, though. We have sales of $46 for Raw, so not quite double ratio. Oh, sorry. And highest no value June 26th, one sold for 60. So you're looking at, let's just say, $40 to $50 right now for high grade Raws. If Shadow Angel turns out to be something, yes. If not, no. I think this retreats more to ratio 25 to $30. And I will, at that point, absolutely be looking for it. Hey, Rob, what's up? Thank you very much for slamming that like button. I appreciate you, buddy. So I did have to announce a different charity this week, but you know that the rest of the year, I'm always going for comics curing cancer. But one of our own, Stinger Buns, has a fundraiser going on for immune deficiency. So, and it affects his family. So I had to throw that in there. But just in case anybody is is not aware, though, you do got to check out Rob's Fast Stacks of Comics and the Comic Vet and support comics curing cancer. All right, so let's get on with this list here. We have The Boys issue number 1. Well, the season's this is the final season, though, isn't it? And I have not watched it. I don't think I'm going to. I was already starting to. Well, I had already lost interest in it in season 3, and this is season 4. And I'm hearing from people that have watched it that this is not that great a season, and it is the last. So if this is true, 9.8 selling for 360, which is below FMV. And the Raws are right about price 85, 65. High water mark of this in 2022. That's when all the hype really started popping up from this. Was $700. And I know people were watching it way before. It's like season 1, but people really, really started like, hey, you got to watch this show. Forget about Breaking Bad. It's 2 years ago. If this is the last season and it's not that great, expect this book to be on a slow and steady decline down. I mean, even Walking Dead is nowhere near what it was. Absolutely, both of them are absolutely worthwhile charities. I'm sorry, I didn't want to get distracted. I got like 2 trains here, and they're about to go into a head-on collision. I think this book is on its way down to 250 and a 9.8 in the long run. I think it's going to start its decline now. It's a cool book to have. I just would not be paying the prices of it when it's, the season 4 is out. People are doing reaction videos and talking about it. If this is the last season, it's going to take, it's going to start to just fade into a lower price. And that's not oblivion, but fade. Next on the list, we have Blood Hunt, Red Band Edition 1 in 25 from issue number 4. Look, number 1 was the one that everybody missed. After that, stores knew to buy them. But now everybody is buying these based solely on FOMO because they missed the first one. They feel horrible, and it drove prices up. And remember, number 2 was on this list forever. In the number 3, 1 in 25 jumped on this list. At least this price is a bit more respectable. 65 for a near mint. No pre-sales for a 9.8. And the highest value of a Raw was 125 from a week and a half ago. Jeez. Before it even came out. Yeah. Again, pre-sales. People are just FOMO. That's all that is. It's a cool book. It's a Tales from the Crypt homage. I like it. It's got Tony Stark down there in the coffin with his helmet up top. And I like the way the arbor's laid out there. But stores know to have enough copies on hand because they're making a fortune on these 1 in 25s because we're the ones that are purchasing them. Again, and I've said this in the past. If you disagree with any of the prices that are here or the fact that it's on the hot list, don't blame cover price. They're only reporting what we're doing, not you and me, just some of the other knuckleheads out there. We're the smart ones. All right. So again, this is another one of the ones that's going to drop down in price. I know it's already more than double ratio. Nope. Sorry. This is going to drop down in price. I mean, by a lot. This is going to drop down to 30. Action Comics number 1066, the Mark Spears 1 in 25. Okay. Now I looked at this, doesn't have a first appearance, but this cover to me is so standoutish. I think this is like a pop cola. I think this is the one to get, guys. I really do. A lot of people love Lobo, and it's just so busy. So much, and it doesn't look like any other cover. You're gonna see it in a show or a store from 100 feet away and know it's there. Call me crazy. I have a feeling about this book. And I know that JP's budget collecting, I'm gonna be outvoted on this one. Everybody else is gonna say it's gonna drop down. But I just have a feeling this is gonna be one of those books. It's already over the double ratio mark, selling for 57 for and a high value of 70 for a 1 in 25. So it's past the double. Again, it's I got yeah, Action Comics. How many stores bought 25 copies of a book that's had no first appearances, is over issue 1000? Do enough stores have enough readers of Action Comics that they're going to order it? They're being very frugal with what they purchase these days. So this is one of those ones I'm going to look for. Call me crazy. Let's see if I'm right. Mark Spears, 1 in 25. I want to take a look for that one. It's almost like a black light Lobo. I love it. Okay, we're coming into the home stretch. We're at number 4 on the list. The Superman number 32, John Romita Jr. and Klaus Janson, regular wraparound, first appearance of Mr. Oz from 2014. I'm assuming this is because they have some kind of buzz going on about Mr. Oz being in the movie, the new Superman movie. But 2014, first appearance, average sales, $5. A 9.8 just sold 2 days ago for $45. This has got to be based on quantity of sales, not high values, because this is your back issue books. That's all this is. Your very fines, no grades are selling consistently $3, $3, $3, and near mint sales at 5. Okay, so this is if this is what if people are anticipating to be a major book, the prices don't reflect it. So this might actually be my gun to the head pick because the worst, all I'm spending is $5. If you think Mr. Oz might be in the movie and might be something major, and this 2014 overly printed, poor paper stock book has a chance to explode in value, spend the $5 and give it a shot. If you're wrong, $5 isn't that big a deal. Other than that, it's a who cares. Number 3 on the list, we have Negative Burn. This in conjunction with the number 1 book on the list this week. First appearance of John Prufrock, and Sasquatch from writer Alex Grecian and artist Riley Rosmo's series Proof from 2006. This, and I'm just going to jump ahead to number 1 because they're both related to each other, is Proof number 1 from 2007, an Image book. Is because we have this is being turned into a TV series on Fox. And from what I was reading on the article, this is they're shooting for this to be part of the 2024 fall lineup, I guess. So it's already in development, which doesn't leave them much time. Now, Fox doesn't have the greatest history of converting comic books into TV series. They took Lucifer from the Sandman universe and turned it into the devil goes to Los Angeles and helps opens a nightclub and helps fight crime. Don't get me wrong. I've watched the entire all the Lucifer's episodes. I love the show. It had nothing to do with the comic. Okay, it actually got canceled, and then Netflix had to pick it up to finish up the last two seasons. Um, if they do to this what they did to Lucifer and what they've done to other shows, viewers are comic book fans of this series are going to be very disappointed, and it's going to fail miserably. So, if Rob is talking about this or the book before, either one, I think it applies. I think you should pass on the negative burn right now, negative burn and on proof. The prices on this though. First appearance of these characters, you got it says FMV at 33, but the last sale was 28, and no 9.8 sales, but a 9.6 sold in 2021 for $9. Yeah, June 26th Raw sold for 60. So no, this is going to go right back into the dollar bin books when this series is over. We have a number 2 on the list is not even here yet. So I had a feeling it was both of those. Yeah. This one is from this new comic book day. It is the secret one per store. Psst, guess what? The secret's out. Okay, so stores this Wednesday, you've already gotten the books, you're packing them up, bagging, boarding, and everything else. There's a secret one per store of the Alessandro Cappuccio Moon Knight Fistaconchu issue number 0. And I'll be honest, it's a cool cover. It'd be cool, really cool if it glows in the dark, but I doubt it does. You know what? I don't like the face. I don't like the head. Doesn't look right there. Anyway, $60. $60 for a Moon Knight book. Highest known value a couple of days ago, one sold for $150. No. One per store still equals over 2,000 copies. It's not. One per store. Let's go with a hot book. Stray Dogs. That was selling for 100 as a raw. I think now it goes for 10. And Stray Dogs was a very hot indie, probably a lot more popular overall amongst the comic collectors than Moon Knight Fistaconchu. So, put, apples to apples, oranges to oranges. I just don't think, no, absolutely not. And as I said before, proof number 1 from 2007. This is already going up. We've got last 9.9 sale, 9.9 sale. March 5th, 2024 for $92. That's most likely going to be a CBCS. I think this predates the CGC pre-screening, and it's easier to get 9.9 from CBCS. Now, Raws, I love this. Last time there was a Near Mint Plus sold was 2019. It went for $2. $2. Near Mint regular now going for 120. Way hard pass on this. No. I have a first appearance of Lucifer Morningstar. I bought because of the show. And that was Sandman number 4, 5, whatever. And I don't regret getting it. I still have it. I love it. But that show ticked off a lot of Sandman readers. But it got a lot of other viewers who were not into the Sandman universe that wanted to see, the devil, making the moves on a female detective, whatever, who used to be in a movie called Hot Tub High School. So, yeah, I don't see this having the same kind of. It's either going to fail or win. I don't think it's going to. If this misses the mark for its book, there's not a different storyline that will work. They will get alternate viewers. So I really think this is going to be a crash and burn. So see if you can find one. Luckily, somewhere in a back issue box, somewhere in the back of one of your LCSs or your honey holes. But don't pay $120 for a raw. Please don't go out and spend $400 on a 9.8, because that's where people are grabbing these right now and sending them off. There was no reason to send them off before. And once this show comes and goes, there'll be no reason for it either. All right, so that is the top 20 for the week ending 6/30 or the reporting date of July 1st. Kenneth, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. 25 Perez. Yay. You were the first one. First comment all the way up here. Okay, so let me now pick my gun to the head pick, the one that I think has the best chance to go up or at least go down the least. I'm going to stick by what I think this has the potential to go up. I really, really do. I think this Action Comics 1 in 25 blue light special, I guess you'd say, of Lobo. It's for some reason it just speaks to me that Mark Spears. I'm probably wrong, but to find a raw for between 50, 60 on this, I'm going to look for this. This is one for me. Now, the rubber band to the butt, what I consider to be the worst investment based on current prices. Wow. What eeny, meeny, miny. See, if it's a $10 book and it drops down to $5, it loses 50% of its value. But to me, that's still only $5. If I had if I lost $5 on a comic, I don't care if I only paid 10. If I had a $300 book and I lost $100, it's only 1/3, but it's $100. So based on that, I personally would want to avoid Wolverine issue number 10 right now. It's already on its way down. That's only 140. Let me take that back. There's others that are worse. I tried out. Yeah, sorry. First appearance of Lady Deadpool. That one's $400 for a 9.8 for a 2010 book. No, absolutely not. This book, I think, is your worst bet. $400 for a 9.8. I would avoid that one like the plague. I am avoiding that one like the plague. All right, so that's my rubber band to the butt pick. I want to remind everybody, if you can, please don't forget to check the description of this video, where you'll see the link for Garrett/Stinkerbuns charity that he's raising, which has affected his family personally. Again, this is what the link looks like. Well, there's another link there. It's for Patreon. You could join Team Ohana while you're there if you accidentally click on it. This could be great. Become a coconut. But more importantly, though, if you could just jump onto this, the fundraiser is going until August 2nd. And we want to try to we want to hit his goal. It's not a big goal, but it's an important goal. So you set goals for yourself. You want to try to hit them. And the family that we have here, I know we can. So other than that, though, I want to say thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, click on those notifications so you know when more videos are dropping. Like Wednesday will be New Comic Book Day from Visions at 8 o'clock. And right after I'm done with this video, I have to record my What's in the Box. I got a mail call today. Cute, nice little Golden Age book. You YouTube members, you're going to see that today. And for anybody that's just watching on YouTube, you won't see that till tomorrow. So if you want to have that early access, join here on YouTube. All right. Other than that, though, guys, thank you so much for joining. Till I see you in the next video. Mahalo.